Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and I'd like to thank you for this wonderful organization of this event, as well as a very difficult year that you've had, and you really did a wonderful job to North Macedonia. I also would like to say and extend my gratitude to the Secretary General Helga Schmidt, whose professional guidance ensured the OSCE not to wander off its path but stay focused on the pressing issues. As a partner state that does not have a vote, but we greatly value the work of the OSCE and hope that the necessary decision will be taken and the outstanding issues, including on the 4 principles of the organization, can be resolved. Being a partner for cooperation, Israel has gained from the OSCE and has also contributed with its expertise. It is security that also Israeli civilians want and that they demand of our leadership more than anything else. Civilians that since 7th of October must live under constant shelling as the terrorist organization Hamas, which began firing again today, fired over 10,500 rockets and missiles from the Gaza Strip, aiming to hit citizens and other civilian centers. A fact rarely raised when I hear words about the war forced upon Israel are the approximately 250,000 Israelis that have been displaced from their homes in the western Negev communities and in the northern border and dispersed in various shelters throughout Israel, refugees in their own nation. On 7th of October, 1,200 people were murdered, slaughtered, burned, decapitated, mutilated, anything that you can imagine, and over 8,650 wounded. Among the murdered are 33 minors and 25 elderlies. The testimony that we hear are appalling, are unbelievable. 249 people were abducted to the Gaza Strip, with 36 of the abductees children, some of them not even a year old. One of them, a 9-month-old baby, is still held captive. And 18 over the age of 75, including people of disabilities that were not spared as well. Who does that? Who perpetrates such vile acts? Who gives them prior support, and who really would support them now? Our kidnapped hostages are being held by an evil terror group, Hamas, in complete denial of their rights and in violation of international law, with no access by the ICRC and with no information regarding their state or whereabouts. We are elated that approximately a third of the abductees have been released so far, but we still have 137 that remain in the hands of the vicious terrorist organization Hamas. The release is undoubtedly the result of pressure exerted by the Israeli Defense Forces on Hamas terrorists. No release would have been offered and accepted without that. It must be very clear Israel will take any required efforts, any needed action to free all our hostages. We will act decisively to dispose the Hamas regime, destroy its military capabilities, and remove the terrorist threat posed by Israel from the Gaza Strip. Israel has the right and the duty to protect its citizens and its borders. This is enshrined in international law. To those suggesting immediate ceasefire, we say at this Organization for Security, before doing that, please offer a distinct, safe, and clear alternative that will protect our citizens. I have not heard anyone that can provide safety to our citizens. To be clear, the full responsibility for all the events, the massacre, the resulting war, and the suffering of the residents of Gaza rests entirely on Hamas. Anybody who could perpetrate what they did on October 7th knew on October 7th what the reaction will be. Hamas is the greatest enemy of the Palestinian people themselves, and anyone wishing to help the Palestinians must act to liberate the Gaza Strip from Hamas's rule. To those that have such concern, let me assure you, Israel has no wish to conquer the Gaza Strip or the intention to rule it. Israel operates to uproot Hamas and ensure the peace and safety of its citizens. In the day after, may it come soon, two things are clear. Israel will not control Gaza, and the Hamas will not control Gaza either. While the blood of the victim is not yet dried, and while the kidnapped are still held in Gaza, there are already those who attempt to deny the events and create alternative false narrative. Massacre deniers must be fought against in the same manner as Holocaust deniers, as it is the same ideology that lies in the bottom of this. The choice between a democratic country and an evil terrorist regime should be the easiest one you ever made. Hamas doesn't act in a vacuum. Iran attempts to destabilize the region, threaten not only regional peace but global stability as well. Iran can have no role in resolving the situation or be included in any initiative that may provide it with an appearance of legitimacy, as Iran bears direct responsibility for Hamas capabilities and the use of Hamas using them. We have been attacked by 15 missiles from Yemen, a very poor country. Each such missile which we interpreted cost between $6 to $8 million. Who has that money? Yemen doesn't have it, the Houthis don't. This is all Iran. Iran promotes attacks on Israel from other fronts, Lebanon and Syria to the north, using Hezbollah, and of course the Houthis from Yemen. We have no wish to expand the fighting into other areas, but we are ready for such development. Such development are a danger not only to Israel, but to the stability of our region and the stability of Europe, and anything that you can do on this front would be very helpful. I will end, Madam Chairperson, by saying I'm aware of the great support from some of the OSCE states and would like to express my sincere gratitude for this. The battle against terror and against Hamas is not Israel's battle alone. If Hamas is not defeated, these events will repeat themselves everywhere. Let me express once again Israel's gratitude and commitment to this organization, as well as a call for the immediate and unconditional release of all the abductees, all are kidnapped, with no exception. Thank you.